And interesting, you talk about, how face-to-face or even talking to other humans is definitely going away a bit, and it's just easier to text, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Check this out, Steve Page. Just as a social experiment yesterday, I was on a walk, and I'm like, I'm going to call 12 of my close friends on the phone and see how many of them pick up. Guess how many out of 12 picked up?
4.
0.
Wow. People are worse than I am. Because I just think about when my phone rings, the anxiety that kicks in me. Like, I've always been afraid. I've always been afraid of the telephone, like ever since I was a kid. So talking on a cell phone is a thing that freaks me out anyways. But I see a name on the phone pop up, and it's like, if it's not my wife, one of my kids, my mom, or my friend Craig, then I probably, I have to think twice about picking up. And I know the feeling. If I'm in the right mood, then I'll be like, hey, how are you? But otherwise, it's like, do I want to invest 20 minutes in this when I could be watching TV and texting them?
And I think that's the thought every single person on the planet has, is if I pick up, it's going to be this big commitment where it's like, oh, I'm going to be 15, 20, 30 minutes into a conversation. I can't handle that right now. But maybe we just need to start conditioning ourselves to be like, oh, Parker, what's up, man? Great to hear from you. I'm on a mission right now. I can't talk, but I love you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Right.
Hang up. So I don't know. Maybe that's just a pipe dream of mine, or maybe all my friends hate me. That's also possible.
Well, what about like FaceTimes and stuff? Like even if my kids FaceTime me, and I love it. Like, my kids FaceTime me the other day, and it was like we had an hour and a half conversation, and it was awesome. But in that brief second, when I see a FaceTime call come up, my heart just goes into my throat.
I know, man. Well, you're shifting which world you're in. Yeah. You're all of a sudden going from introversion mode to extroversion mode in the matter of a split second. And I know the feeling so well. Actually, we talked a lot about when we played together at Shank Hall in Milwaukee. We talked a lot about just being an introvert and like how uncomfortable it can be, like leading up to a show, just because you have to be like the person in the room, the center of attention or whatever. Is that still a problem for you? Like leading up to gigs, is there still that like discomfort, like leading up to a gig or before or after during the social time with fans?
Through all of those things. During the gig is the easy part, because that's something I've worked hard at, and it's something I enjoy, and it's a different headspace. I mean, there is this kind of adrenaline thing that gets you through, and I am an extrovert on stage. I think my stage persona has changed over the years, but in general, I'm an extrovert there. And I think sometimes people are taken off guard when it's post-show and I'm around. They think all of a sudden like, oh, he's aloof or he's not interested or whatever. And it's like, right. No, I'm just actually, this is what I'm like when I'm not on stage. Not on stage. It's not that I'm negative or anything else. I'm introverted and I'm happy to see people, but I might be like turned down to 2 rather than up to 10.